They view federal regulations as a punishment, and it should be viewed as a benefit to citizens, a benefit to our public health. It protects our health, it extends our lives.
I'm Ben Winslow on Utah's Capitol Hill. The state is part of a big case that was argued before the U.S. Supreme Court over air quality and who decides the regulations that we all live under.
Case 23-1067, Oklahoma versus the Environmental Protection Agency.
The U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments in Utah and Oklahoma's legal challenge around federal air pollution regulations. Utah has long been accused of being out of compliance, while the state argues it's a top-down policy that doesn't take into account unique challenges.
The information in this SIP is unique to Utah. Our topography, our mountains, our air quality, the dynamics of Utah.
Oklahoma and Utah are challenging a decision by a lower court that shipped their legal issues to Washington, D.C. Utah's Attorney General spoke to me from the nation's capital.
This plan is uniquely Utah, and that's why it should be heard by courts in Utah.
But in arguments, some justices questioned if states like Utah should be able to sue in their backyard.
I mean, gosh, if anything is nationwide impact, it's got to be air pollution because it travels.
Well, the whole statute's about air pollution, but with respect to the good neighbor provision, EPA made clear that interstate ozone transport is a, quote, regional scale pollution problem.
This time, they may make a ruling that actually protects the ability of groups like ours to go to court in a way that the state of Utah is trying to erode.
This case directly impacts some, like Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment. They have lawsuits pending in the courts over Utah's air quality.
Unfortunately, this is yet the latest attempt by the state to evade responsibility and evade government regulations that really benefit all of us.
The state argues it should not be a DC-centric issue.
We, of course, are arguing that that's not the point, that the Congress intended the EPA to look at the individual states, look at their uniquenesses, look at what makes them different, what makes them, individualized. And we believe that analysis is something that the court should take into consideration.
The nation's top court is expected to issue a ruling by this fall. On the Hill, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.